right, guys, today's video, we're going to be focusing on Scarlet today. So got a lot of stuff to do. I've been putting it off for weeks now because I've been busy with the tuning and life in general. So today is going to be dedicated to just this car and getting it as close as possible to ready to race. So I have basically, you guys might have saw in the video with Emmanuel's car, I lost a slick on the dyno that was from this car. So I have decided to replace them with a whole new setup. So I'm doing new wheels and tires, a new brake kit and everything. And I'm going down to a 15-inch slick. So it's going to have a real slick under it, which is what I've always wanted. And it's really what the car needs anyways. So today, though, we're going to focus on maybe some touch-ups on the roll cage by the windshield for the paint. And then we're going to try to put the carpet in, get the seats back in it, harnesses, get everything done. I want to put the dash back in, gauges, ECU all wired up the way it should be again, and, you know, just get it ready so that when those wheels and tires come in, we can just put them on and we can go to the track. So here we go. All right, guys, so the first bit of business we're going to do here is I need to get this transmission shift linkage figured out and done so that we can test the sequential transmission in this thing. So as you can see here, the stock shift linkage end is right there on the transmission. The new sequential shifter's up there. So basically what I have to do is I can grab this. So this here is going to sit about like that. So I need to measure the distance between these 2 points, and I need to go get a turnbuckle in order to connect this up. So that's what I'm going to do with some tape. So what I've got here is I've got some masking tape, and I'm just going to do from there to there and measure it with the masking tape. And then we're going to go down to a local hardware store and see if we can build or fabricate something.
What are you measuring?
All right, so I've got the tape here lined up, and I'm mocking up basically what we need to build for our shift linkage. So I think that's where I want the shifter, is about right there. So this piece of tape is gonna basically be how long the shift linkage needs to be from point to point. And we're gonna try to do some turnbuckle style that's adjustable so that I could put the shifter exactly where I want it. So this is going to be a mock-up. And what I'm going to do with this tape is I'm just going to tape this down to the table. And I'm going to take a piece of wire and I'm going to put a piece of wire the length of this, and I'm going to cut it, and that's going to be our measurement for when we go to try to build this shift linkage. There's actually a piece of scrap wire on the floor, which is perfect.
I wonder who that's from.
Oh, probably somebody. Okay, so roughly right there. Okay, so this is basically the length of rod that we're going to need for the shifter, with turnbuckles on both sides so that we can adjust it in and out a little bit. This will help set the shifter exactly where it's comfortable in my hand, because I'm going to need a little bit of play to get that right. So now that we got our measurement here, we're good with that. So we're going to leave that here for now, and I'm going to bring the car down now. We're going to focus on the interior a little bit, and then later on we're going to go to the hardware store and get that fabbed up. So all right, so working on the interior of the car, basically got to get all this back together. I got the parachute release mounted back up. The cage is all painted now, so lovely girlfriend's helping put the body plugs in the bottom of the body here. So she's sealing them up and putting all these body plugs in from when the car was welded. They took all the body plugs out, which is the right way to do it when they took the sound deadening out. So she's going to do that, and I'm going to keep plugging away with this wiring and see if I can get this dash and this RAS nest all back together. So here we go. It's getting there. I'm excited. All right, so basically I'm going through the wiring right now, and it's been a long time since I've dealt with this wiring, but now that the car is sorted out and I know that the car works, I'm going to redo a lot of this and clean it up, because initially I left off with this car having a lot of electrical issues I could never figure out. So I was always making changes to wiring to test and try to figure the problem out. Then when I went to the standalone, that's what the issue was. That's what fixed it. So Now I'm cutting out all those little patches that I put in to test, and I'm making it more final and cleaner and get this all looking less sketchy, and then I'll be ready to put the carpet in. All right, so we're fitting the carpet in right now. We got the dash in here, and we're trying to get it to fit around the shifter assembly. But look at this, guys. This is looking really good. I like it. I'm definitely putting carpet back in the car. It's the right thing to do because it just makes the car so much nicer. So we're going to try to figure this out and cut this carpet a little bit and see if we can get it to fit. So we've got dashes in, carpets in. We got the seats in. Hannah's doing some touch up on the roll cage because I did damage some of the paint when I was pulling the seats in and out. So she's going ahead and touching that up, but car's coming together. It's looking really good. And it's looking like it's almost time to get serious with this thing and see what it can do. So these are not the permanent wheels. These are just rollers right now until the other ones come in. But I got the battery back in. I still got some wiring to do. I got to make a new fuel line for that loop right there. I still got to deal with the window net situation. I need to do that. I'm probably going to order that net tonight. Just been really busy. But I got to put the turbo on still, and then the downpipe is going to go on. So that's pretty easy. Doesn't take very long. And then I can do, I can put this hood bezel on and get this lined up where the downpipe's going to be. So that's going to look really good. So it's coming together. I'm kind of dreading the fuel lines because most of you guys don't know, but when I built this car, I did all these fuel lines. So these are PTFE with a Teflon coating over the outside of the braid as well. So there's like 3 or 4 layers to this each hose, and these are special fittings. This piece right here, just to make this, is $50 at least. So it takes a long time to make these. They're a pain, but they are the best line. I mean, they don't leak, they don't smell, they don't permeate fuel at all, and they're rated for insane amounts of pressure. And they have a Teflon core, so they never break down with ethanol. So I'm gonna have to make a new one of these. I'm kind of dreading that, but that's got to happen. Went down to the hardware store today was able to put together this for the shifter. So pressed a bushing in on this end for a reducer for the transmission side. Made this little piece here for the shifter side, and then adjustable spherical ends for the shift linkage. So I'm really excited. I'm going to put this on next after she's done touching up the cage. But yeah, starting to look like a car again, so I'm starting to get excited. Deleted the rear deck because we don't need that anymore. I still have full door cards, full doors in these things, power windows, power locks, speakers. So that's going to be the next step, is eventually I need to get in there and gut these doors out. That's going to save a tremendous amount of weight on each corner. But for now, we don't have a lot of time. We're running out of time in the season, so I'm just going to leave those alone. You can see carpet came out really good. Gotta love the harnesses. They're all there. Everything's really good. Everything's done right. So getting excited. All right, well, she's gonna finish up the paint, and then we're gonna get this thing in the air and see if the shift linkage that I built works. Well, as you can see, the new fabricated shift linkage is on, and it works perfectly. Really stoked about that. Well, it's looking pretty good. All right, guys, it's been a really long day. Got a lot done on the car today, made a lot of progress. But this is all I got done for today. I'm tired. We're both tired. She's been working her butt off helping with the car. And yeah, we're ready to call it a day. So I'm gonna end the video here. The next video, we're gonna get this thing running and get it on the dyno, make some noise, make sure it's good, and then we're gonna hit the track. So until next time, we'll see you later.